Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today I'm back with my monthly TBR Star Hop. I absolutely love doing these videos. I know you know that. I don't know why I feel the need to say it at the beginning of every month, but apparently I do, so it's probably going to continue. But the last couple months, the board has been pretty nice to me. It's been giving me a very realistic number of books to read. It hasn't been putting on all of the super big, thick, chunky adult high fantasy books. So let's go ahead and check out how I did for last month's TBR. So here is my stack of books from last month. We have Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, which was for a book with a white cover. We have Bookshops and Bone Dust for a spinner wheel adult fantasy pick. One for My Enemy for a retelling. The second book, not this one, The Blood Gift, I believe, and that was for a sci-fi. And then the third Crescent City book, which was for an audiobook. Now, of all of the books in this stack, should we make a guess on how many of them I read? You can put your guess down in the comments if you want to before I tell you. One. I read one of the books in this stack. I actually only read Bookshops and Bone Dust. I read this with my patrons. We just did a sprint and binged the entire book, which was obviously very fun. And I have started Red Sister and read part of that one. So honestly, I read 1.5 of the books on my TBR for that month, for this month, for February. February's not over. I'm filming this a little bit early, but I just know I'm not going to get to the rest of them because I am pretty busy studying for my board exam that's coming up. And so I know I'm not going to be able to dedicate the time I need to it. So we failed. We failed a relatively easy month too, which is a little bit embarrassing, yet here we are. So I guess we are going to be putting the black hole back on the board, which means we now have 2 extra black holes and the regular one, so we have 3 on the board. Whew. I'm really hoping it's nice to me, but I kind of feel that I've done this to myself, and if it's not nice to me, I completely deserve it. And generate. 6. I love it. Okay, here we go, putting another black hole on the board. This is not a bad spot though. I mean, if we hit this one, we really don't have that far to go back to the beginning. So this is a good spot. I'm okay with it. 11. This is starting great. 11, and it's a star prompt. This is going well. Okay, first is a niece pick. Okay, I can do that. Okay, for the first prompt, we got a star, and the prompt was niece pick. Now, I have texted my niece, and she is going to pick out a book for me to read this month, and I will insert the clip of me filming what she chooses here after I film it, but I'm going to move on into the next row while I'm waiting for her to let me know which book she's decided. Okay, my niece has gotten back to me, and we are going with The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. I did not see this one coming. I didn't actually know she'd even read this book and loved it. I got this book when I was on my kind of like birthday trip where we went to a bunch of bookstores and bridges and just kind of enjoyed the East Coast New England fall time. And this one I got in Rhode Island. It was actually the town, and I could be wrong on this, Swifties correct me, but it's the town where Taylor Swift's house is in Rhode Island. And it was a cute little bookstore, but look at underneath the dust jacket on this one. And this is just the regular version that was in the bookstore. This was not a special edition. So yeah, this is the choice for my niece. I believe that this has kind of elemental or seasonal magic to it, and I am just kind of hoping for very atmospheric vibes from this one. It's kind of what I'm getting from the cover. So yeah, definitely looking forward to this one, and thank you so much to my niece for choosing this one for me. Roll number 2, another 11. Are you serious? This is going so well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, that was way too close for comfort. 11. Okay. Hoo-hoo. And our prompt is a 1-word title. That is doable. Okay, second spin, we are moving right along, but second spin we got a moon and the prompt was a one-word title. And for this one, I'm really excited to put on Nightshade by Carrie Lake. This is a gothic romance. I believe it's a gothic fantasy romance, and I just really love gothic vibes in books. I've been really into fantasy romance lately, so I feel like this is very much perfect. It looks like it has those super creepy kind of like old school gothic vibes to it, which I absolutely love. And so I'm really excited for this. I think this has something to do with like dark supernatural things in the shadows that are in this city where she lives. I am not 100% positive, but I'm really excited for it. So this one is going on. It's actually a pretty chunky book, but I'm looking at it and doesn't, I hope it's a fast read. How long is this? This is over 650 pages long, which I'm really excited for, but it's a little intimidating to be putting this onto my TBR so early. We are moving fast though. We've been rolling big numbers, so fingers crossed that keeps going. Okay, come on, be nice. Been nice so far, keep it up. 8, I think that's good too. I think that is still good. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, this is going almost too well. Prompt is a female author. Can do. Okay, moving right along. I'm so happy we got another moon. The prompt was female author. And for this one, I am going to repeat, and I'm putting on Crescent City, the third book in it, House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. This book I was supposed to read last month, as you saw at the beginning of this video. I actually went to the release party for it, the midnight one, and it was really fun. I haven't gone to a midnight release in a long time, so I did really enjoy going to that, even though I apparently wasn't as excited as a lot of people because I didn't jump right into reading the book. I did not enjoy the second book in this series really that much. I found it quite boring and kind of a slog to get through, and I have not heard that great of stuff about this one either, which makes me a little bit nervous, but I am going to push through this one, and depending on how I like this one, we'll decide if I continue on with this series. I've decided. That is what I've decided, but I really love the cover. I think it is absolutely stunning. I think she has beautiful covers for this series, which I'm kind of sad that the rest of her books don't have quite as stunning of covers, in my opinion. Don't come for me. But yeah, this is going on. This is another fairly chunky book on there. Good thing my niece picked a relatively short one. Okay. Literally anything but a 5, and we are in great shape. Greater than a 5, I would be so happy. Okay, come on, be nice. Whew, 10. Beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, I actually legitimately do not think the game has ever been this nice. Literally ever. I think this is the nicest it has ever been. Oh man, we're at the end. That's it. This is going to be, fingers crossed, I'm not jinxing myself, but this is going to be a 4-book TBR for this month. I am still actually not sure that I am going to win even with a 4-book TBR. I have been doing horribly lately, but this hopefully will put me back on the right track. So we are going to spin the wheel. For those of you who don't know, I will spin a wheel of prompts, and then whichever prompt I land on, I have to find a book that fits that prompt within 10 seconds, or I have to spin again. And I also, if I spin the same as I got last month, then I do have to spin again as well. And last month was adult fantasy, I'm pretty sure. Whew, okay. My timer, I'm very excited for this. I do have several options over here that I would like to fit onto my TBR, so hopefully one of these fits that. Fingers crossed. I didn't really prep any of them for the particular prompts. I just like put a stack of books that I want to read over there, so we'll see. Okay, here we go. Romance. Okay. Is it on? Okay, here we go. Got it. This is not too hard. I feel like, got it, sorry. Hair went into my chapstick. Here's my pick. It doesn't have a cover on it. I took it off because I took this with me on a trip to Mexico like a year ago. But it is Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. This is the first book in her War of Lost Hearts series. I have heard great things about this one. This is also the author of Serpent in the Wings of Night, which I also want to try out. But I'm really looking forward to this book. I started it last year and was actually very much enjoying it. And then I got into my clinicals and kind of stopped reading it. And I feel like my clinicals threw off my reading significantly at the end of last year. So I'm giving myself a pass. But this is one that I absolutely want to read. This was a gift from my friend Monet. And so I definitely want to read it. I'm looking forward to the series, and I restarted it not that long ago because I had kind of forgotten things. Again, I feel like the end of last year really messed up my brain, but I am barely like 50 pages in at this point, and so I'm just going to go from where I'm at. This is going to be the 4th book on my TBR, and that's it. That is the end of my TBR. Let me grab the books and show you my stack. Okay, we do have a kind of chunkier books on here, a few of them, but not too bad considering the types of books I read. So we have Nightshade on here for a one-word title, The Nature of Witches for a niece pick, Crescent City 3 for a female author, and Daughter of No Worlds for a romance. This is a very manageable stack, and honestly, I really need to make this happen because I don't have another black hole to put on the board, so either that or I have to make myself a new black hole, which I just really hate doing. I don't like doing that. So here is my stack. I am so excited about this. I'm the least excited about the Crescent City one, honestly, just because I've heard such mixed things and I didn't love the second book, so I'm really hoping I like it. Daughter of No Worlds, I am so beyond excited for. I need to read this one. I'm looking forward to it. Nightshade, I feel like the gothic vibes are going to be perfect for me. And then The Nature of Witches, I do feel like this one is going to be a great one to just kind of like read at a coffee shop, have your little latte, and just soak in the atmosphere of this book. I think this is a great stack. I'm so excited for it. Whew. Okay. And I am hoping, I don't know yet. It's a whole thing. I don't want to get into it all here because you guys just don't really care that much to listen to a whole ramble, but I'm hoping to be able to take my test in March, and so then hopefully by like the end of March I am free to be able to enjoy myself and to be able to read books and just do that instead of being worried about studying. So a lot of these might be crammed in at the end of the month. And also March is a month that I will be doing a 48-hour TBR mini Star Hop readathon with my Patreons. So that always helped me be more successful in my TBRs. I feel like Daughter of No Worlds and The Nature of Witches would fit into it really well. Nightshade, maybe not so much because I don't have an audiobook for it and it's really long. And Crescent City is just chunky, but I do, maybe I'll be able to rely on that to get through some of these as well, which will probably be happening towards the end of the month, because hopefully by then I'm free. So yes. I also will be adding on my Patreon buddy read for the month. I don't know what that's going to be yet, but that one will go on here as well. Let me know down in the comments what you're going to be reading for March. Let me know if you've read any of these books, particularly Nightshade, because I have heard nobody talk about this one, but it just sounds so good. Like the atmosphere and vibes sound amazing. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you're reading for March, what your plans are looking like for next month. And as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you'll be notified when I post new content. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.